What's going on, good people? You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. You're in the bird cage. We got a lot we gonna cover today. But before we cover it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We got you covered. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
Let's get to it. You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. We're in the place to be, the bird cage, tonight on Thursday, 8 p.m. live and sharp and in color, man. We got a lot we got to cover. But before we get this stuff started, got to bring in one of the magnificent BirdCage crew members. We got K-Dub in the building today. What's going on, man?
What's good? What's good? Good to be in the building tonight for the BirdCage and get into this matchup that we have over across the pond over there in Birdland. And let's get it, man. I'm ready to get into it. Let's turn this thing around. That's the motto.
Man, when you talk about turning this thing around, there's so many places that you can go to at this point when you look at this ball club. It's been a lot of, I don't know. The best way I can describe this is this feels like going back to my childhood, going back to Six Flags over Georgia back in the day, going on the old screen machine, up and down, up and down. That is what it feels like, going to the side, twisting and turning. It really feels like a roller coaster. That's what that feels like right now with this team. But I'm not going to sit back and say that everything is horrible at this point, because there have been moments. There have been moments in this season where you see where this team has the potential to be. But the problem is, as I've been saying all year, it's consistency. Where can we get the consistency from? Where can we get everything that's going to make this thing turn around? And we're seeing that right now it's questionable at this point, but it's all good, because guess what? We still got winnable games coming down the stretch. So I'm not knocking it. If we can get through Indianapolis or whatnot, you know, we definitely got a chance. But first off, it's a somber day. We got to give out prayers and condolences to Mr. Marshawn Keelan's family. Only 24 years old. Life is short. So, you know, anything that you might have going on with somebody, let it go. It's not worth it. You know, if you don't have to deal with them anymore, that's okay. But don't hold on to something, because the last thing you want is bad feelings towards somebody when they're gone. So rest in peace to Mr. Marshawn Keelan. Man was just beginning to live his life. Hadn't even become a man yet. So just prayers out to his family. And just for those who are in here, thank y'all for tuning in. And as I said before, if you got issues with folks, take them up, talk to them. Even if it's a tough conversation, it's okay, because you don't want to have those regrets when those people are no longer able to speak and hear. So, but getting to some other news or whatnot, let's go ahead and get to it, man. The first thing we got to talk about is Taquan Graham getting cut. K-Dub, when you look at the D-line, and I preach about depth all the time, this was very I'll say this. It's been inconsistent, just like the Falcons play when you look at his injuries. But when he's been healthy, he's been very good for us and has helped us out. How do you feel about the Falcons letting Taquan Graham go, even though he's paid dividends for us within the past couple of years when he's on the field?
Well, I just feel like he's played himself out of the rotation. He's not really been helping us this season so far, and we had 6 or 7 sacks or something to that nature. So we've basically seen what our rotation can be, and they just basically made him expendable at the juncture because of the injury history he's had. Um, it's not my judgment to make. I feel like everybody's to be used, but that's what the coaching staff thinks. But I think the rotation that we have is very much up to snuff, and I think a lot of couple of guys will be going next year that won't be a part of the rotation because these young guys need more snaps and more experience up front that like Leonard Floyd and others are taking away from. So I believe we'll make room for JPP and Jalen to get more snaps and this particular rotation shortened even next year even more. So this is just the start of something that will be continued moving in the future. And I believe
Mhm.
the Dorleses of the world and the Rukaroros of the world are going to continue to get more and more snaps, and the Jalen Walkers of the world and the James Pierce Juniors of the world will be able to show up, and show out even more than they are this year, and they'll be able to basically spread their wings, sort to say, as being Falcons, and be able to shine. But that's just my opinion on it.
No, and I concur with that opinion that you have right there, because when you sit back and you think about what Taquan Graham has done, as you can see, we have him tackling Alvin Kamara in the picture. Had to put a little something, rub a little salt in the wound because the Aints is coming up soon. So I got to get it started already. But when you look at Taquan Graham, high hopes for this kid. There was so many things that we wanted to see from him, but the problem with that situation is you can't stay on the field. Him and Troy Anderson are two of the guys who are the biggest disappointments when it comes to tapping into their potential. Now, maybe they tap into their potential elsewhere, because earlier this week, what was put out there is Trey Anderson might not even play for the Falcons again. That was put out this week. So they don't know. He's still questionable at this point. Unfortunately, Taquan had to be a casualty, but that's making room, as K Dub was saying, for other players that are on this roster, that are on the practice squad, that are balling, guys that have a good rotation right now. You got to cut weight and cut bait or whatnot, trade bait, or just dead weight if you're trying to build up championship depth. We have to have championship depth in the trenches to be able to operate in the playoffs. Right now, we don't have that. We got a good team, but we don't have that depth that I've been preaching on for the past couple of years. But shout out to Taquan Graham. Definitely hated that the young man had to go, but hey, to me, I would have rather seen Troy Anderson get cut than this guy. You know what I mean? Because this dude actually stepped on the field and played for us. So the next thing we're going to talk about right now, something that everybody has really been talking about. It's the Clapgate at this point. Another excuse for the Falcons' frustration at this point. And we have a recording of Mike Vrabel. It really wasn't the greatest recording because he really wasn't talking into the mic. So please bear with it so you can just listen really well. We're going to go ahead and play that for you.
I don't think that wasn't anybody's intent, and I don't think that we've ever coached that or talked about that. I can't spend that much time focused on it. I did look at it briefly. It certainly didn't think that was anything that we did. That I think it's pretty loud. Guys are trying to get lined up, and I'm glad that we took off when they snapped the ball.
So when you sit back and you really look at what he was saying, and pretty much he didn't deny that they did it. He pretty much was saying it was loud in the stadium. I'm just glad our players were able to jump when they needed to. And he's not denying that they did it, but here's the thing. You have to practice for this in pretty much during the week. This is what Raheem Morris had to say in rebuttal, and then we're going to dive into this, K-Dub. Here's Raheem Morris.
They did a nice job. They simulated a snap. The ball came early. It was snapped early. Within that snap, that was when we got the intentional grounding. Nice job by those guys. Great situation of football. Great play. They were clapping, simulated our snap. Got us to snap the ball, and that's why the ball was snapped early in Mike when he wasn't ready for the snap.
So, K-Dub, when you hear Raheem Morris say this, I can't even lie. How do you really feel about how Raheem is putting this out? And he's making it seem as if it's everyone else's fault but ours. And we're not, and you don't see any accountability in any of these press conferences, but you see a lot of blame. How do you feel about this from the leadership side?
I mean, it just like I said, you got to take accountability of saying standing on business out his situation. He has to be better at coaching his quarterback up in those situations. I mean, even Zach Moore, that's people asking for his head, because you have to have your quarterback coached up in situational football. You may have guys over there clapping, but you got smart and astute enough to know, okay, man, I'm not for that banana tailpipe. We're not gonna get any kind of bad penalty calls on us. And then, like you said, you got to eat and take that sack at that particular juncture. So that's just something he has to learn from. And Raheem, he needs to learn from this situation and say, you know what, get in front of it. Just say, you know what, it's my fault. It's my fault that blase, this and that happened, instead of just shying away and making up all these BS excuses, man. I mean, anybody that was behind you is not behind you right now because of this, man. We want people to stand on what they is wrong or different. Stand on it, man. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. Some of the things that comes out of his mouth, and he speaks so fast when he's in some type of hot water or trouble. When the questions are coming at him rapid fire, he just can't seem to slow his words down to articulate to the fans a better excuse than stuff that's a better excuse to come across than the same old, and the same rhetoric he spits every single week.
Now, the problem with that whole situation is when you sit back and you think about it, the one thing that I pay attention to with Raheem is this. Raheem is really a politician. Let's just keep this a book. Raheem Morris really is a politician, and I'm just going to be honest with you on this. I think he could probably run for governor and probably get a job in the White House or whatnot, as much as he tap dance and slide around. That's just me. He never answers anything straight up, and he never gives any type of accountability. He'd be the perfect politician. I think he's in the wrong career field. You get what I'm saying? That's just me. Because if you're sitting back and you're thinking about this, it's ridiculous, because technically you're throwing the players under the bus. That's what you're doing. Because here's the thing, according to Josh Kendall, this is what I have posted right here. This was our players telling us they simulated the snap. They heard something. There was not intent of saying the Patriots did anything wrong. It was our fault. It was on us. We can't snap the ball early no matter what. That was just me being angry yesterday. Well, here's the thing, Raheem, and we had a conversation about something off the record that we're not going to really get into, but the topic was, you can't be angry and really expect to sit there and try to politic that when you're pissed. Because the true, as my granddad told me coming up, it's a few people in this world that's going to always tell the truth. A child, a drunk, and someone that's angry. So when you had Raheem pissed off, you got to see the real Raheem come out. His true colors came out, because if you're in that leadership spot, you're the top guy. You have to take accountability for the screw ups. You can't keep ducking all the BS. That is the difference between the great coaches and the mediocre coaches and the bad coaches. Right now, let's just keep it a book. You're a bad coach, man. Your record isn't good. Outside of your record not being good, you're not showing any type of accountability, and you're really going to lose this locker room because of the fact of you're not being honest. K-Dub, how do you feel about the honesty in this situation? And do you feel as if he's possibly going to lose this locker room before the season is out if he continues down this path?
I mean, I feel like they lose enough games. He will lose the locker room, but he's such a player's coach. They all seem hunky dory when they speak to these guys. I don't know what he be telling them anymore. He be sprinkling pixie dust on them or something because I don't see the locker room just yet. They went out and played their hearts out. I just feel like the kicker sold them a bag of bad goods or something. I don't know. That's why this guy's out. That's why this guy's out of here, man. I'm hoping third time's a charm in this kicking way that we got here. Maybe the third kick is the damn charm. So I'm just hoping that we get this correct. I can't continue to keep having my games and you play your heart out. Guy plays best, have his best game in a Falcon uniform. It doesn't make any sense. So I pray that they get the running game back going this week to articulate everything else that we want to do, man, because our running game has been shut down. I know it's attributed to our offensive line having a lot of moving parts and not having the solid offensive line that we had last year, even with McGarry being out. Now, I think I want to sing his praises. I think we miss McGarry now because, like I think somebody said on the show that we can't run to the right side last week. I can't forget who knew that, but we miss McGarry. So I'm sorry for talking so much trash about you, McGarry. I hope to get you some good rehab there because we need our offensive line back, all the moving parts to move a run to go to the playoff. So, until we're mathematically out of it, I'm ready to go, man. But other than that, as far as Raheem Morris, he just needs to be more accountable, be more truthful, and stay straight, be straightforward with the city of Atlanta. But like I said, this is our second time around with you. This is not like it's not like we don't know you, brother. So stop wearing them tight capri pants and get it together. And
hold up, wait a minute.
Honest and true to
it. Wait a minute, man. I wasn't expecting you to say that tonight. You got me feeling like my man Barrington Levy just. Whoa. That's how you got me feeling like whoa. But man, I'm gonna say this, man. Look, I'm not backing off of what I said about Caleb McGarry. Y'all can sit there and be sympathetic, but he's still a damn turnstile until he change it. He got to make me change my mind, damn it. I'm sorry. I can't. At this point, I look at it like this, man. This is one of the worst situations that happened. And I get that we addressed the defense. I'm happy about that. The thing that I said we needed to address in free agency this year, and I said this in the beginning of the season, if you're not drafting linemen, guess what you got to do? You got to bring in offensive linemen and not practice squad dummies. That is what you have to do to get this right. That's pretty much what you have to do. I get that we don't have a ton of money because of what happened with Kirk, but guess what? There are some good offensive linemen that you can go get that actually have started. But before we get to the offensive line, man, we got to talk about the running game. But before we get to that running game, man, we're going to pay some bills real quick. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, man. Y'all stay tuned. We got you covered. Hey. The commercial didn't want to work just now. But you know what? It's okay. Since the commercial's not working, I'm not even going to be mad about it, bro. We just going to go ahead and roll on. But speaking of that, we got Graybeard in the building, but he's still getting his stuff together. But so K-Dub, let's talk about this running game. The running game is still suspect at this point, even though we have weapons. It's the craziest thing that I see, and I just don't understand right now. We have two great running backs, and we have a great offensive line who can run block. Pass blocking, that's another conversation. But run blocking, we have a great line. What do you think is the seriousness of this issue? Because I'm gonna pull this up and I'm gonna pull this up for everybody to see. Bijan had 8 catches for 50 yards and on 10 targets to go along with 12 carries for 46 yards. The Falcons either put the ball in Bijan's hands or attempted to on 39% of their offensive plays. So now the rushing numbers could look different and a couple of those handed off for sure. But those runs, 3, 4 the other day, typical comes down to one guy, but on the backside, front side, and it could be the receiver. Now, this is the BS that Zach Robinson has fed us. Let's just wait a bit that way. Just BS Zach Robinson fed us. I'm done with all the BS at this point I'm done with all the BS with this coordinator that we got. At this point, he got to go. That's how I feel, bro. I just hear excuses after excuses. How do you feel about this running game, man?
I mean, everybody knows that the running game is having trouble and probably because his ineptitude to get people going. I say lead off the game with Tyler Algier because then you already know how to get Bijan going. So instead of forgetting about the guy, lead off the game with Tyler Algier and then mix Bijan in. You know how to get Bijan going, but the key thing is the guy needs help. So the first time in the first sign of Mike McDaniel getting fired, I think you bring him in as an assistant under Zach Robinson. Zach Robinson starts to messing up. You kick him to the can and you promote Mike McDaniel as your OC. But that's just what I've been thinking and talking about, outside of the show to other people I know. So that's just a thing that's going on right now. So I believe that he has public relations and a relationship with Raheem. I still believe Raheem has one more year to go, but I think that's his best bet to help his offense. And Mike McDaniel really and hopefully he listens because then they both can help each other and lean on each other. But I think he'll still have a hard head, keep wanting to run this Bijan crap, and Mike McDaniel just basically take his job and move in as the OC.
Well, you know what? I actually, the crazy part about it is, how we say the offense is trying to figure things out and the Falcons are trying to get it right. Guess what? We actually are able to get it right. So y'all sit back and relax. We got you covered. Swooping in like the peregrine falcon, the BirdCage is going to take you on a journey. Tap in with us before every Falcons game. We have the pregame meal where fans can come in, talk about their likes, dislikes, and concerns for the upcoming game. Also, we have the halftime analysis that you check out. And then we have, for every fan afterwards, the party line and benediction post-game show. You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. We'll catch it in. Ghost. BirdCage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, even when we have technical difficulties, guess what? We figure out how to get it to work. Damn it, can we get our offense to do the same thing? You're having technical difficulties. You normally flow smooth. Can somebody get back in the booth and literally fix this thing like what we just did just now? We just showed you a small way that you can still keep you cool when stuff don't go right. But guess what? You're able to fix it and get it back on point just like that. CK Dub, they can take a lesson from us.
Yeah, keep on continue to try to continue to keep working on the tinkering with it till you get it right, man.
Yeah, great bit.
But I mean, that's what I see happening though, because he's very familiar with offensive run, and you could be a seamless transition. They always like to go with relationships, and they've had a previous relationship. He's been in Atlanta before these retreads back. I mean, hey, you brought in Albert. I mean, Mike McDaniel is hanging on by a thread down there. I believe he gets fired sooner than later. You just bring him on board, and he can be an awesome offensive showing on for Zach Robinson until his time he rolls here in Atlanta. Well, they might get it together. They can make a dynamic duo and get this all together. We'll see what happens because I still believe Raheem has one more year to screw it up before he gets canned, and we'll see what happens in that nature.
Well, at this point, yeah, we got the running game straight, but the next thing that we're going to tap into is right now, we just pretty much are gonna go ahead and talk about the next piece that we have coming to Atlanta. And as we said, the third time's got to be a charm. Let's get to it.
The Washington Commanders off the upright, and it is in!
So we have Mr. Zane Gonzalez coming up from the Washington Commanders, who literally put our rival out. You know, look, anytime I get twisted the knife against any division rival, I'm going to do it. And the way that they lost to the Washington Commanders was off a doink field goal outside. But he can actually kick, though. But looking at Zane Gonzalez's career stats, 96 career field goals that's been made out of 120. His field goal percentage is 80%, and his longest was 57. He almost hit one from 60 or whatnot, but it drifted. So he's got a leg on him, and he's also good at kickoffs with 176. The third time has to be the charm. But the thing that scares me is this. He's been passed around a lot. A lot. That right there is not good when you have a kicker that's been passed around. How do you feel about that, K-Dub? When we're getting another guy that's been passed around, but they still won't even look at Hot Rod, aka Rodrigo Blankenship. Why won't they give a kid a chance?
I mean, like I say, man, I feel like, Hot Rod's fans, a lot of people, a lot of fans are screaming for Hot Rod to get a chance, but maybe they have some other intel we don't have, some inside intel. I don't know, but I'm just hoping the third time's a charm with this guy. Making a decision, but they always own it. So I would like to see Georgia Bulldog get a chance to at least come in here and give him a tryout, because he's always doing kicks online and reimagining kicks that have he got that going. So
I wasn't even gonna mention he was a dog. I'm trying to leave a lot of that stuff out, because you know how these Falcon fans are. Y'all want these Georgia players? Well, hell, a lot of these Georgia players producing in the NFL.
But that's what I'm just trying to articulate. And I know he's a dog, but I understand that they went a different direction. I'm just not saying I would love to see him get a shot. Just don't just give him a chance, at least a kickoff or a tryout. I mean, at least get a call in. I'm not saying that he needs to get the job per se. I think he needs to come in and beat the guy out. Why him and Zane Gonzalez have a kickoff or something to that nature before a contract was get off? But like you said, we got a dog who did it all his last game he had. So dog, like you're saying.
Look what the cat then drugged in. What's up, Greg?
One of them days.
Tough long day.
Boy, you look as defeated as we did on Sunday right about now. You all right?
Oh yeah, I made it.
It's written all over your face.
Boy.
I ain't heard that song in a long time, boy.
No comment. What's going on with y'all fellas, man? How y'all doing?
We've been waiting on you.
Man,
we love. Listen, this is not complete without our boy. You know what I'm saying? We love everybody in here, but for some reason, it's just something about having the great one in the building. It's just different. The energy just started to turn a little bit. And plus, you get Artavia started, and that's why we be laughing.
Every time, man. Every time. I just walked in the door. Yeah.
Man, it's okay.
Yeah, then passed the offering.
Hey man, go ahead and power up, man. Look, you in the last part of your day, my brother. Just power on up. We got you. So let's get to it. We were talking about the kicking situation, but that wasn't the only thing that was brought into Atlanta. We also brought in another offensive lineman, Mr. Andrew Stuber, who played at the University of Michigan. He's been a practice squad player his whole time in the NFL. He plays tackle and he can play guard. He's versatile, but has no NFL starts. And Raheem in the press conference was saying that Stube could do a couple of things, being a swing tackle and doing things. Here's my thing, and I'm going to throw this to you, Graybeard. Why are we experimenting with practice squad players all day?
Cause that's pretty much what we've been doing for the past 2 and 3 years. It's pretty much this routine, man.
Yeah.
We love picking
Yeah.
players from the bargain bin. That's just what we do. I mean, the bargain bin, Dollar General, your family neighborhood IGA. I mean, that's just what we do. But
But
I mean, I just think they're trying to hold on to money.
for what? We trying to win. The hell we need to hold on to it for?
Hey, your guess is good as mine. Cause I know Captain Kirk contract he just got his $90 million fully guaranteed with the $10 million signing bonus. So right now we might be a little bit cramped for money. So we got to try to scrape up what we can. So I mean, I don't know what we're gonna get out of this player. I mean, like you've been addressing this in day one. The depth issue have been one of our Achilles heel for the past 3 to 4 years, if not longer, because we'll get depth but not quality. So at the end of the day, I don't know what to expect from this guy.
The
Hopefully he
last
can
time
fill
we
in.
had quality depth, Mike Smith was here. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That was the last time we had true quality depth because
I agree.
everybody wants to sit there and look crazy, but think about it. What's the winningest period that we actually went through?
Mike Smith.
Exactly. The man understood how to coach. The man couldn't get over the hump. Now, just think about it. If Mike Smith had a Kyle Shanahan with some of the defenses we had, you really think that you really don't think we don't get past and get to the Super Bowl at least once or twice?
Yeah, I think we win too, at least.
But I'm just saying, that's the last time we've had great depth. And people, y'all can say what you want. Dan Quinn inherited pretty much what Mike Smith had. He inherited a lot of those players. Now, he brought some players in from the draft, but you see majority of those players didn't even last to their pretty much until their rookie contract was up. Let's keep that a buck. Most of them dudes was out of here before their rookie contract was gone. So if we're going to sit back and be honest about the whole thing, we are playing with a lot of house money and playing with a lot of foolishness at this point. That's how I see it, bro. I'm just tired of we're not investing. We got a franchise quarterback and you're not going to protect him. You got a franchise running back and you're not going to protect him. That's the problem because if one of those dudes go down, what are you going to say? Oops ain't going to, oops can't cover that. When you see a quarterback that gets hurt on your running back.
We knew that going into this season that we needed to stay healthy. So we didn't have like I said, with this contract, it ties up so much funds to get quality depth. So we just got to try to get as many guys back from injuries as we can. Stay off IR. Try to get Diablo back. Try to get McGarry back. Some of these guys back so we would get the full strength. We already know going in that we had no depth. You see what we did in the preseason. We couldn't buy a win in the preseason. That tells you what kind of depth you had in the preseason. So we're thin. We're paper thin. The next two drafts are going to be our depth drafts. You know what I'm saying? Everything for these next two drafts coming up are for depth, to build your depth, to get it like Mike Smith had it. We'll have so much money when you get that Kirk Cousins contract off our books. Man,
but it's a lot of suspect
build
stuff.
This team the proper way.
But it's a lot of suspect stuff coming out the draft this year. A lot of people don't want to be honest about it. This draft is going to be up and down. You're going to have to find jewels in this draft. And let's be honest, the play, and I'm going to stress it. You see what I'm rocking right now. I'm rocking a Morehouse jacket. Guess what? Go to the HBCUs and start racking up on some of these kids that's not going to get a chance because guess what? The major schools aren't going to have much production coming out into this draft this year. Guess what? Start giving these kids from the smaller schools that can ball an opportunity. Yeah, this is the time that you do it right now. Been saying this. Yeah. You got to always do it because I can give you this here. It's 3 offensive tackles right now getting ready to come out that are coming from smaller schools. I said hands down, Carson Vincent should have been a draft pick for Atlanta. And you see, even though Baltimore is bad, he has yet to give up a sack this season.
Indeed.
And he's a rookie. So when you
I
talk
believe
about those diamonds, they're there.
And I believe our scouting team will all resources. They did such a great job in this past draft. If they take the same mindset that they did with this particular draft that we just had, they'll find the diamonds in the rough. And what one thing that the Falcons do, they draft late well. For some reason, you know, in the early rounds we don't draft as well. But I like having late round pick with the Falcons. For some reason, we take fifth, sixth, and turn them into something. So I like what we got going on. I don't really like the players coming up in these next couple of drafts. It's really not as top heavy as you would like. But you got, like you said, find your diamonds in the rough, guys that can help build towards your identity and play the Atlanta Falcons type of football. Guys that can help enhance, you know, the back end of this roster, man. That's a task that Terry has. He has, and his staff has moving for. Quality depth when the guys go down for these big necks and dings.
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna call a spade when we sit back and we talk about this whole thing. Now, there are players on this team. There are players out here, and I'm gonna give you 2 running backs. If you get rid of Tyler Algier, I'm gonna give you 2 running backs you better look at, and they're on the HBCU level right now, and they can start. You got Edgerrin James' son, Eaton names at Howard University, big top player coming out of high school, and he chose to go to an HBCU. He had every big time school warning him. He said, no, I can make my own legacy elsewhere, which he's done, and helped lead them to a black national championship. Help lead them. It's a ton of players over there at Howard right now. You know what I'm saying? The rival of Morehouse, of course. And then I'm going to give you North Carolina Central University. There's a kid by the name of Chris Mosley. Over 200. He's about 210, 215. When you talk about he can run between the tackles, great out of the backfield, hell of a pass blocker, and definitely is somebody who can shake up the concept of what Bijan does. He can take a lot of pressure off of Bijan. And I'm telling folks, and another school that I'm going to look at is Virginia Union. There's a young man that's out of there that's going for 2,000 yards this year. The last year they had a 2,000-yard rusher in Jada Byers, and no one really gave that kid a chance. And Steve Weish was even championing for that. So again, if you get rid of Tyler Algier, which I do not want to happen, guess what? You got 3 guys that you can choose for that it won't be a drop-off. And no disrespect to Carter that we got out of Michigan State. He ain't carrying a candlestick to those 3 backs that I just put out there. Look at the film.
You can't even get on the field, man.
That's why I'm saying those 3 backs can get on the field here with Bijan. I can put money on that. Only reason why people don't want to give them a chance is because they're coming out of a smaller school. But you put them at a Georgia and Alabama or anywhere else, they would be literally in the Heisman conversation because of the talent that they bring. But it's all good. This is what happens when we have scouts that truly aren't really looking into it. That's why I said, I know y'all can scout the big time schools. If you can't pull in nothing from the smaller schools, what the hell good are you? I can't trust you because guess what? There are diamonds everywhere. Everywhere. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you this, and and then we're gonna change the subject and get back to our topics. Shout out to Miss Connie Carberg. She's tuning in right now. BirdCage alum, first female NFL scout in the NFL. She was the one who scouted Mark Gastineau out of a small school in Oklahoma. She was the one who did that. And Mark Gastineau has numbers to be a Hall of Famer. The media is just BS with why they haven't put him in, but he deserves to be in there. Joe Klecko was another guy that she looked up. So when and he came out of Temple. So when you talk about it, there are guys everywhere. The question is, are you willing to give them an opportunity to show that, or are you going to be biased because they didn't come out of a bigger school? That's my question. That's why I can't trust this damn scouting department. But that was for free agency. We're going to move on to the Falcons defense at this point. The Falcons defense continue to put up dominance, but can the offense put up a noble effort? And we're gonna find out if they can do this for the game over in Germany. How do you guys feel? Graybeard, go ahead, buddy.
How do I feel? I mean, look, man, the defense have been one of the bright spots of the team this year because Bijan and Drake London. But I mean, if we want our defense to be fresh, the offense must complement the defense. If they give you a 3-and-out, Lord forbid they give you a turnover, we got to capitalize, man. They gave you 2 turnovers last week. Now I do believe that they capitalized on both of them. I think I don't know for sure, but it's just the simple fact that when they got off the field, we could not. It was a quick 3-and-out. Defense was like, damn, I just took a deep breath. So I'm like, for this team to get back in the dub column, man, we have to go back to complementary football, which is going back to our identity, which is running the football. We can't just give up on the football after if we hit a little speed bump because the defense on the other side of the ball is adjusting enough. We need to adjust back. But if the defense can give you turnover, the defense can give you sacks. It don't have to be 5. You don't have to be 6 sacks. It can give you 3 sacks, 4 sacks, a turnover, a fourth fumble, or whatever. Man, the offense have to capitalize on that.
K Dub.
I mean, I think the offense, like I said, if we can basically lead off of what we did last week, the offense did get clicking. I know it wasn't the run game, but sometimes you got to dictate whatever defense give you. Defense give you, we can throw it. We may have to throw it, but if they're giving us, we can run it. I want us to be able to run it down their throat, but we'll see how that pans out. I just need my special teams to be special and not go out there missing extra points and have some conviction from my coaching staff to go even kick and take the points, man. Don't leave any points out on the field. And I continue to see that this offense, you have not seen the best of them yet because we have so many injuries. Mooney was in and out. Drake had been in and out. I mean, we have so many things that just injuries, man, that derailed the offense to where it is now. I think we have a lot of guys coming back. I think Storm Norton go back out that I'm hearing.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but
he's not playing.
uh, so hopefully we're getting him back. But I heard got back hurt again, but I don't know. I got to do some more research on that. So hopefully we get some guys back, and that'll help this offense out. I just need him to get more creative with the offense, and like I said, lead out. You can't forget about Tyler if you lead out with Tyler. I mean, like I said, you're going to rotate the backs anyway. I feel like you're going to get Bijan involved anyway because Bijan is involved in so many plays in the receiving game and things of that nature. I just feel like you lead off with Tyler and you can get a better rotation backs in that essence. But you basically, like Graybeard saying, and Luke Graybeard was saying, you got to compliment your defense, man. This defense is playing lights out. They go get a turnover, man. You got to go put points on the board. I don't care if it is a field goal. Put points on the board. Don't demoralize this defense from the efforts that they're putting out. This under 10% effort. These guys playing with a major swag and put effort out there, getting the ball back to this offense. You guys go out there, put down the field. Stop it, man. Go out there and be explosive. Be explosive. I know that you guys can be, and continue to open up this offense. And Mooney, go and get open, man. Get some separation. Let's be the Mooney from last year. I mean, we need more from Mooney. I truly believe. Kyle Pitts, quit tripping over your feet and go out there and catch the football, man, and get down the seams to get
The
up
only way we get him,
and let's go get a win.
the only way we get him from his feet is if we stop throwing them damn screens to him because truthfully, we've seen this. These screenplays are not going to work with him. You have to use him on slant routes. You have to use him on 50-50 passes. You have to use his big frame and stature as a weapon. We are underutilizing that frame. I'm no Kyle Pitts fan, by the way. I've been on that board since the day he was drafted.
We're definitely underutilizing.
At the same time, I call a spade a spade. What's up, brother?
No, I do have to agree. We're not using this man to his maximum potential. And
I like to see him just streaking down the field. It's a takeoff down the middle damn field, man. I mean, they can't
I,
That's
cover it.
my
I
thing.
agree.
Like, think about it.
I agree with that.
We
Django.
haven't seen him run seam routes. That was what he was a specialist at Florida.
It's,
We don't even use him on the
I don't
seam.
care if you
So at this
I don't
point,
care if you run that like
what the hell are we
20
doing?
times a game.
That's my question. What the hell are we doing? And y'all gonna laugh when I say this. Hell, I think Mike Bobo could do more with Kyle Pitts than damn Zach Robinson.
Hey,
At this point,
it's crazy. I was saying that the other day. I think Bobo could do better with this shit.
great minds think alike, bro.
I
Because
apologize.
that's the craziest thing. We sit back and we watch this, and it's like you have all these weapons, yet and still you refuse to use it. You want to take a butter knife to a damn gunfight overseas in the sandbox. That's what you're doing.
Cook, he wants to make Bijan like the end all, the
Christian
be all
McCaffrey.
too. Yeah, he trying to. Man, dog, Christian McCaffrey was injured when they kept utilizing him 99% of the time.
And we know what's gonna happen. And that's what people don't want to look. You don't want to hear this, but ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing that I said that needs to not happen. Do not run him into the ground.
We're doing
It's
that
only
right
so
now.
many carries. It's only so many carries his knees can carry. And then those legs are going to give on him eventually. It happens. It's just like a great fighter. You got that one fight that's left in you and you get it beat out of you. Some guys get this done to them early in their career. Hell, Chuck Foreman was one of the best running backs in the 70s, next to Walter Payton and O.J. Simpson, and you can go forward. The Vikings had a hell of a attack. Hell, he was Bijan before Bijan. Go look at the footage. Chuck Foreman was nasty. Minnesota ran him into the ground. He only had an 8-year career because of that. And that was during the time when you could take shots on guys. So shout out to Chuck Foreman. He just got nominated for possibly getting into the Senior Hall of Fame with the senior ballot. But he did get nominated, though. Long overdue. Way overdue. But when you look at Bijan, it's the same thing. They have the same type of game. It's and the problem is you just don't want to run the kid into the ground. You got other weapons, but you're going to keep running him. But
I mean, if you go back to 2015 and how we had Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, what made Kyle Shanahan a genius, he utilized both them back pretty much equally, because therefore they were fresh. Devontae Freeman gave you fun. Next thing you know, Tevin Coleman used to go ahead and take one to the house because he was just giving them them body shots. We got that with Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier had over 1,000 yards in a rotation with 3 running backs. You would think, okay, if I can complement Bijan with Tyler Algier, it would just open up the offense even more. But this man only had 2 carries last week. Help it make sense.
Like I said, lead off the game with Tyler Algier. That's your resolution.
man,
Bijan is eventually gonna come in. Okay. Bijan in the game. Line up wide. This man is a receiver too. You know what I'm saying? Utilize both backs.
watching this man run this offense is as bad as watching a mollywop baby that don't know how to cook, and they got filet mignon, lobster, and all the good trimmings in the kitchen, and they just mess up a whole meal. That's the equivalent of looking at Zach Robinson. You mess up a gourmet meal and you're serving Pop-Tarts and hot dogs on the plate, and you have everything else in the kitchen survives still. That is the type of offensive coordinator we have. So at the end of the day, complaining about it, he's never gonna change. The only thing that has to change at this point, and we know Arthur's not gonna fire nobody in the middle of the season.
No.
The direct deposit check has to stop going to his account. But that ain't gonna happen to the end of the season. But
even when I'm just one more thing, even when he had Bijan and Tyler in the game, it's no vanilla on what the play is going to go to. We pretty much in the thing or at home pretty much like, I know he's not about to run the play again. Broad and day, I'm like, 2-yard law, barely getting back to the line of scrimmage. I mean, it just damn. not the pot, not the
He
potted
said he's
meat,
serving potted meat.
not the potted meat.
I just think we need to simplify his
Oh,
offense, man. Taking all these motions and all this, it's just too much, man. You got to simplify this offense. We're taking 2 line at the line of scrimmage to get the play call, man. You got to simplify it. Let's get up here and go. Get up on the line and go. All this window dressing, you window dressing your own self out the dang play. So I
we
just
should have been. We should have did that by week 4, though.
Well,
I'm
before
just
we
saying,
get
I mean,
to the
just
game matchups, we're gonna go ahead and we're actually getting ready to get to the injury. We're getting ready to get to the injury report for both teams. So we got the Falcons coming up first with the injury report. This is what the injury report looks like for the Falcons. So let me make this a lot bigger so everybody can see it. Billy Bowman Jr. is still, like I said, they'll probably be over there, but they might not play. There's a lot of guys that are just out right now, period. Unspecified, that means game time decision.
I'm holding out hope that we got Billy Bad. I'm hoping we got him out there this week. I'm praying we got him out there.
I doubt it.
He was full participation. I'm sorry, he was limited participation today, but he was full participation on Wednesday. So we'll see. Mike Hughes is giving him problems. This is why I said I think it was stupid for us to pay him that money. That man is ever since his neck has been jacked up, he's not been the same player. LaCal London is out. JD Bertrand, you know what? He's out. I'm gonna be nice tonight. He's out. Leonard Floyd is out. Chris Lindstrom still out. There's still a lot of these Falcons that are out. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to
Bergeron still out?
Yeah, Bergeron possibly.
Yeah, Bergeron. They said Bergeron gonna. Yeah, they say I'm be out there.
He's not gonna be 100%
right,
when he come back in. That's the problem. He's not gonna be 100%. But here we go. So this is the Indianapolis Colts' roster. The Falcons, he's out. Abukum, unspecified. Pretty much, they only gonna have one player out. Most of these dudes are gonna play. I can tell you that now. They're gonna probably get some kind of meds and play. We're gonna keep this simple. I'm not even gonna get too crazy into this.
Is Sauce playing?
Yeah, Sauce already. They said Sauce is playing. They already said that. But let's go ahead and get to the preview of this. You know what time it is for the show. We're getting ready to get to the X Factors, but we're gonna do it a little different today. You might as well X that because he's not gonna see you today. We got to do it a little different, ladies and gentlemen. X Factors. Well, we got to do a little something different, man. Got to change it up for y'all.
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Appreciate that, sir. And everybody in the chat, we got to give y'all a little something, man. Like I said, we always trying to work on little goodies here and there for you guys. So y'all don't just get bored with looking at pictures. We can't just do slides now. Got to have some kind of footage in here for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, man,
but
the really more Kuflex, man. I appreciate that.
I got to bring some kind of excitement back to this fan base because right now a lot of people are pissed and they're in their feelings right now. So
can you blame them?
Man, let's go ahead and get to these X Factors for this game, man. You know what I'm gonna do? The last shall be first today. We're gonna let Graybeard slide and be the first one to make a pick this week.
Whoo, man. I would say the X Factor on the entire team, but I ain't gonna do y'all like that.
If you want to do that, go ahead because I still got my specific players. You just make it easier for me to choose, sir.
X Factor. I'm gonna start on offense. X Factor is gonna be my boy Sorry, K-Dub. I had to do it to you. Michael Penix. Yeah, man. I think Michael Penix gonna have a bounce back game. He didn't have too bad of a game, but I think he's gonna try to right the ship this week, man. Try to get some more points on the board to complement the defense. And so that's my X factor on offense. Defense, man. Oh boy. The way this running game that the coach had with Jonathan Taylor, man, going on, man. I need that front seven. Come on down for me real quick, man. Onyemata, Ebiketie, Dorland, all them boys, man. I really need y'all to stand tall against this rushing attack with Jonathan Taylor and Danny Dimes. Oh yeah, those my X factors on defense.
K-Dub.
Okay. Well, I mean, he took my boy. So I mean, let's see. On offense, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the other connection. Going back to 5. 5 just went off last week. I think he hot right now. So he took 9. I'm gonna take 5. I'm gonna take Drizzy Drake. For my offensive, MVP X factor, and then on the defensive side, I'm going to a guy. Hopefully, he comes back off of injury and Billy Badass Bowman. So that's who I'm taking on the defensive side. If he gets back in there, if he doesn't get back in there, I'm taking the X Man, Xavier Watt. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Those are my X factors for this particular week.
Okay, those some good choices. Those are real good choices. But I'm gonna go ahead and step my game up. I got something for y'all this week.
Here we go.
Yeah, I got something for y'all this week. I'm finna step this up.
Here we go.
Offensively, oh yeah, I got 3. I'm giving you 3 this week because again, nobody talks about the third phase of the game. Y'all gonna laugh when I say this. Bradley Pinion is gonna be my X factor this week.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because the inept ability of comprehension from an offensive coordinator that we have lacks common sense and competency during the game. So our defense is going to have to win the game for us. And the way that we're going to win the game is by Pinion having great booming punts to give us a long field to defend.
Okay. I could dig that.
So I got to have Brad Pinion in X factor this week.
I could dig
Defensively. Yeah. Offensively, they just stink to me right now. I don't have nobody that I want to touch on that offense this week. But I might as well. Of course, I'm gonna go with the kid. Got to go with Bijan Robinson because we know that he's gonna be used. But the question is, how the hell is he gonna be used?
We already know how he's gonna be used. We already know how he's gonna be used. The question is,
I'm just saying, can we do something different with him?
No.
That's all I'm saying.
No.
Can we have a play to where we draw guys in? Because he can throw the football too. That's what most people forget. He can actually throw the football. Go back to his Texas days.
Yeah.
He can actually throw.
Yeah,
my thing is,
he can throw the
if you're
football.
gonna give Kyle sweep or give him a play where he can run to one side and have Kyle Pitts go over the top or down the seam and let him pop Kyle with a 5-10 yard pass just to get a defense to back up off of. Give him some points. As we used to say when we used to play hot ball or 21 and have you call it, give me some cornbread back on. That's what you're gonna do. Give me some cornbread back on up. But here's the thing. Defensively, I gotta go with AJ Terrell.
Okay. All right. Here you go.
AJ Terrell has to have a very good game this week because of the fact that the good thing is we're not hearing his name. He had one penalty last week, but you're not hearing his name. The reason I say this is going to be big is because there are going to be moments in this game where he's going to get tested. He's going to be tested. And can he step up? So I got to pick AJ this week. So I got AJ, Bradley Pinion, and I said Bijan. So those are my X factors for this week. So
I like that. Good.
Okay. Had to throw that in.
Because the Bradley Pinion, man, he has to be able to flip the field for.
Yep. And that's a weapon in itself. Is when he's consistent, he's one of the best in the league. When he's off, just go ahead and just sit on down. But that's pretty much what we have when it comes to that. But hopefully we can figure out a way to stop Tyler Warren because, again, seems like all tight ends in the NFL that were drafted elsewhere have been showing their ass. And the tight end that we have, they making him look like a bumbling Clark Kent at this point.
Come over not at fault, but come over there at fault.
He's not at look. This is the first time I can say, and I'm never gonna like Kyle Pitts' ass. But guess what? He's not at fault for anything that's going on right now. You got to put that on the OC at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're not using him in the
They be
red zone.
wide open.
Oh,
And
my
again,
God.
and then not just not using him. Penix got to find him. That's the other thing. Penix got to find him.
You gotta find him.
Because there are many
I
times when he
want
gets
to use
stuck
them
on
legs
Drake.
more, man.
Yeah, he got to get that
I just
confidence
need him to
back.
use them legs a little bit more.
He got to get that
He
confidence.
did. I think
back.
he did on a couple plays last week, but I just need more of it.
I'm gonna tell you just like this here, bro. Coming from having that injury, I'm being 100 with you, and especially with him taking shots and doing what he did, he'll never be the same. It's either you're gonna attack it or you and been away from the injuries for a couple of years. You get what I'm saying? And he'll run when he has to, but think about it. When you have the ability that he has physically to do that, and you look at the mindset and the mentality, he's still scared. And the thing is, it's been 2 years.
No, I know.
You gotta
I know.
trust what those
I
doctors
can
did in
see.
your rehab process.
Yeah.
And
I can
he
see
don't
that
trust
he's
his body.
scared. Yeah, but the key thing is you're gonna get hurt again if you stay back there taking them licks. The key thing is I need some more runs from my deficient offensive coordinator, so you get them legs already. Get them going, get them warmed up, give them some design runs. Then when they bringing that blitz, then I'm already used to moving. I done already had a couple of design runs implemented into the offense. I would like to see some of that also,
Yeah.
so you get the legs warmed up early in the game. That's just what I want to see. That's just me personally.
His problem, I say this, his problem to everybody. And I need y'all, if y'all take this the wrong way, you know what? I don't give a damn. Michael Penix is not Michael Vick. Everybody wants, not saying you, K-Dub, but I've seen this on X. I've seen this on platforms. Y'all have to understand, just because he throws with a left hand and he has the name Michael, he was never a guy that was a burner like that. He was quick, but he was never a running quarterback. Michael always wanted to be a guy that was in the pocket. Even when he was in Indiana, go back and look at it. He could run, yes, but he wanted to be a throwing quarterback. That's the reason why I compared him. Warren Moon could run when he had to, but guess what? He was going to beat you with his arm and his mind. Penix is the same type of quarterback. Yeah, he got the swagger and all this. This game is more like Warren Moon than it is Michael Penix, than it is Michael Vick. Yeah, you might wear the clothes and the get up like Vic, but guess what? You play like Warren Moon. It's just the truth. So at this point, they got to figure out how to put that kid in position to win. At the point, because Warren won 5 Grey Cups when he went up to Canada, came to Houston, and they struggled when he was there. So the same struggles that Penix is going through, Warren went through when he first got into the league. But that was after he was polished up in Canada. That's the reason why I'm saying the story is very similar to the starting out. But we'll never know. We'll find out eventually. That's all I'll say. We need to get a new OC in here to help that boy tap into his potential. That's all I say at this point. But appreciate you guys for tapping in with us tonight. We definitely can't wait for the game Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. If you ain't gonna be in church, 9:30 NFL Network, you know how they do it. We're gonna have a pregame meal. I'm doing 8:30. I ain't doing 8 o'clock. 8:30 in the morning. I'm getting me a couple of hours. I'm getting me a couple of moments to sleep my way up and have breakfast with you guys before the game. But we're gonna do the pregame meal around 8:15, 8:30ish in the morning. And we're gonna make sure we have it to where you guys can come in, tap in with us Tell us what you like, dislike, and what you want to see coming into this game. But again, early morning game, we'll get to it, and we'll see how it goes. The score predictions, finally, gentlemen. This is the last thing we're going to do, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. What are your score predictions for this ball game?
I think it's going to be a close game. So I'm going to go 24-21.
Who? 24-21 who?
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 28-24 Falcons.
I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to probably end up being a very close game. I got the Falcons winning it, but it's probably up being probably 27-24. It's going to probably come down to our new field goal kicker.
I agree.
27-24.
I hate to say that, but it's going to probably come down to the kicker winning the game for us because of all the bad luck we've had. And the football gods have a funny way of doing things. And so far, everything that's done happened this season has happened in that manner for us. So, all right, fellas, I definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in. Doug, thanks for coming in. Great bid. Go get you some dinner. Thank you for tapping in too, my guys. We'll see you on Sunday on the party line of benediction, fellas. And for everybody that's in the chat, thank you guys for tapping in with us tonight. Wanted to make sure we get a little something in with you guys. And we definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in with us. We definitely are going to enjoy Sunday. And hopefully we don't have to worry about being pissed off or upset. We can get this win early in the morning, sit back and enjoy the rest of that Sunday. So without further ado, we will catch you on Sunday on the pregame meal. In between 8:15, 8:30ish. Look for me then if you're not sleeping. And then we're gonna have the post-game show after the game, the party line or benediction post-game show. Hopefully we'll have the party line. But if not, we'll still be here for you. So we'll catch you next time. Ghosts.